So in the last video, we covered half of the FTX situation. A man, Sam Bankman-Fried, founded a crypto hedge fund and exchange worth $37 billion, and his company had investments from big players such as BlackRock and endorsements from the biggest celebrities. In the end, it was all a bit of a bankman scheme, run by Sam and his girlfriend, and a bunch of their friends in the Bahamas. Investors and customers lost billions in the disaster. Last time we left off when Sam was rising on the top and the dollar was rising like no tomorrow. And if you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch that video before watching this video. The link is here. So today, we'll cover some major updates since then, from leaked messages to criminal investigations, as well as some insider information. So after the dust had settled from the original shock of FTX scam and the wild story leading up to it, FTX have a new CEO, John Ray, and he took a good look at their books, and what he saw was unbelievable. It was just a lot fraudulent mess in his report. John stated that in his 40 years of experience, I've never seen such a complete failure of corporate controls in his whole career. There's absence of trustworthy financial information. The concentration of control was in the hands of a very small group of inexperienced people and potentially compromised individuals. This situation is so unprecedented, and that is really saying something because John sorted out the bankruptcy of Enron in 2001. So, part of the issue at John Ray, the new CEO has talked about is how is keeping track of these assets, whether they're in Bahamas or in the US, and who has the right to really oversee. Those is one of the issues, and it goes back to the beginning days of FTX. And so the mismanagement, as John Ray has described it, and nobody really knows where the assets are at this point, so they're trying to untangle this web at the moment. An attorney, John Deaton, has launched a petition to investigate the ties between the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, and Sam. It's recently come to light that Gary had a 45-minute call with Sam in March to discuss a new trading platform that was supposed to be approved by the SEC. This behavior has been called unusual by people familiar with the matter. Fortune has stated that Washington, D.C. insiders presume that Gary will be grilled by Congress and is quoted in a corner. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley has also demanded that top Democrats and Biden officials release emails regarding Fax Alameda Research and Sam Bankman-Fried. The aim is to determine whether Sam's $37 million in political donations to Democrats may have created pressure on regulators to be lenient with FTX. If anything comes from all of this remains to be seen. Just past 2 years, senior executives and Sam's parents spent $300 million on luxury properties in the Bahamas. What's worse is that just in September 2022, Sam said that FTX had $5.5 billion. He said, less liquid crypto tokens, but the real value of that was only $659,000. So at this point, one main question is that how did so many of the smartest people fall in this trap? Well, aside from the financial sector, it was being fueled by a mania from low interest rates and cheap money, according to Fortune. Sam offered investors discounts and a spreadsheet that was too good to refuse. A spreadsheet that included revenue, daily uses, and expenses. What it didn't mention was that it is of Alameda. It also shows them that FTX was growing rapidly with solid financials, going from $15 million in revenue in 2019, when it was founded, all the way to over $1 billion in 2021. But in reality, these were sales documents, with no true accounting. In the end, investors just saw the dollar signs, and they were crazy for it and wanted a piece of the action. And now, more than 3 billion class action lawsuits against FTX, and the celebrity promoters are flying. A Ponzi scheme where the FTX entities shuffled consumer funds between their affiliated entities using new investor funds obtained through investments and loans to pay for interest to the old ones. An attempt to maintain the appearance of liquidity. It goes on to say that FTX used some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment to raise funds and drive American consumers to invest in the Ponzi scheme. A partner at New York law firm, Marcus Frenchman, said that FTX customers will have to get in line with the rest of the creditors because there are no special protections. For customers of unregistered crypto firms, John Ray, who is currently going through the books of Sam's empire and says that there isn't even a single document detailing all the company's deposits it. So really, it's not looking great. Some people may get their funds back. There have been some late messages between Sam and a Vox reporter. Sam admits that his efforts to appear moral during the company's heyday were dumb. We Westerners play we're dumb. We Westerners play where we say all the right shibboleths and so everyone likes us. He also said, F regulators. They make everything worse. And then he goes to blame his girlfriend Caroline, who was running Alameda. He said that essentially FTX didn't lose money. The money was loaned to Alameda, and they lost it. Sam just thought that Alameda had more collateral than they did. Well, Sam had been blabbing so much after the collapse that his lawyer Paul Weiss dropped him as a client, and I don't blame him. Sam is almost impossible to legally defend at this point. And for Caroline, there's rumors that she's flied to Dubai, a country that doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US, but these claims are unsubstantiated at this point. So in the end, behind all the smoke and mirrors, Sam's multi-billion-dollar empire functioned like they used emojis to hash out expenses. Sam received a $1 billion personal loan. Important decisions were made over chats and deleted. There were no board meetings, and the company had no idea how much cash they had or who even worked there. If billions of dollars of consumer money wasn't wasted, this all would have been pretty funny. Collapses of other crypto firms are likely to happen with Gemini, and last week Sam was spotted roaming free in the Bahamas. At FTX headquarters, that parking lot was essentially empty. Security guards shoot us away pretty quickly. They also saw a car leaving those offices with 4 young people. We couldn't confirm that they were indeed FTX employees, but they rolled up the window. Wouldn't talk to us, wouldn't make eye contact, and sped away pretty quickly. If you're interested in more video related to finance and business, then don't forget to subscribe our channel Investment Banker and click on the bell icon for future notifications.